So whenever you're ready.
Okay. My name is Sister Mary Joseph, and I entered the religious life in 2002, September the 8th, 2002. And I made my first vow in 2005. So I've been in religious life altogether for 20. This would be my 21st year in my religious life.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Well, can you tell us a little bit, like maybe a little history or just a little bit about the order of the daughters of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary?
When I learned about the Holy Rosary, at first I wanted to become a Dominican Sisters because that's where, when I came to America, I was a refugee, and the first place I came to was Houston, Texas, and the only sisters that I knew was the Dominican Sisters. But as I was growing up, my parents wanted me to finish my college career first. And so I finally agreed. And then when I did agree, I went to pharmacy school in Monroe. And in my last year of my school, I went to New Orleans to do my last year of my school. And so in my last year, I attended daily mass at Allée Lavang. So I met Father Dominic, and he comes here to say mass for the sister every Saturday. So one day he asked me, "Do you want to go?" I said, "Okay." So I went and came here, and I met the sister for this first time. But I did see the sister; they were teaching religious classes at Allée Lavang too. And so what attracted me was the habit, the simplicity of life, and most of all, the rosary. I grew up with my grandmother praying the rosary, and that's all I knew. Just the rosary. I didn't even know about anything about adoration or anything. So when the sister told me if I learned more about the sister, but you know how like people come and see. I never did come and see. I never did come here to stay with them to see how their life was, and like for a few days. I just came and I stayed. So I never lived with them for one single day. I just came on September the 8th, 2002, and stayed with them since.
That is beautiful. Didn't come and see, I come and stayed.
Yeah, I did. Never a day to come and see, to see what the life was. I guess just the rosary and the Blessed Mother that drew me here.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So what? Tell me a little bit about what you do, like with the charism of the daughters. Like Sister Hoa serves at Chateau. So what do you do within the order?
I guess the most thing is that when I joined religious life, is first of all to choose God, not His word. So it doesn't matter what I do, is as long as I'm following Him. So as of right now, I'm carrying half my week is here. I work at Tulane as a pharmacist, and half my week I stay with the elderly retired sisters. So the word that comes to me is when Jesus said, "Whatever you did to the least of my brother and sister, you did for me." And so when I go to work at Tulane as a pharmacist, most of the time I mix chemotherapy for the patients. And most of the time when I do it, I make it the sign of the cross over the medication. And I say, "Lord, even though you're using my hands, but it's not me who's do the healing, it's you." And when I'm at Thibodeau, I care for my elderly sister. I'm saying, this is the body of Christ. And that's what the Lord would ask me and tell me, whatever you did to the least of my brother and sister, you did for me. And that's what gave me comfort. And that's what I do.
And I guess last question is just, you've talked a little bit about this already, but what brings you the greatest joy in consecrated life?
The most joyous is just that I'm the daughter of God, and I live in the same house with God. There's so many challenges, but you just know that He's there. And the more you go forward, you realize that Like Jesus said, it was not you who chose me, but it was I who chose you. You think you did all the choosing, but it wasn't you. He just lead you there. And the most comfort is that even though in your daily life you have challenges, you have frustration, you have all that, but in the end, you live with Jesus, and you can come to Him anytime. And that's the greatest comfort that I have, is that He's always there for you. Yeah, no matter what. Like I say, I'll be with you till the end of the world. Yeah, and even after that too. Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. Well, anything else, sister?
No.
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm tearing up. Jesus.
Thank you so much.
I hope to tell me a little bit about who you are.
Okay, I am Sister Martin Hoa. This summer will be my 23rd year as a consecrated sister. I am one of the members of the Daughters of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. And then your
I was doing this. I'm being watched.
Oh, that's okay. So, can you tell us a little bit about the Order of the Daughters?
Bishop Maria Dominic UNCUT is our founder. He wished his children to have special devotion to our Blessed Mother Mary. So he wanted us to live and contemplate it in action the Lord's mysteries, which are the joyful, sorrowful, luminous, and glorious mysteries. These are significant beliefs and attitudes that shape, form, practice, and foster our relationship with God, and thereby proclaim this grace to redemption to all.
Beautiful. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the charism and what you, sister, do here at Notre Dame. So, can you tell us a little bit about the charism of the Daughters?
Our charism is to embrace a life of love and service through evangelization and catechesis to all, with a special preference towards the poor and neglected of society through education, health care, and pastoral ministry.
Beautiful. And so what do you do here at the Chateau?
I serve people at the Chateau through pastoral ministry. As a pastoral ministry, I bring the love of Christ to the residents. I strive to do everything for His glory, all for His love, and all out of love because He has loved us. Love and caring contributes to the coming of God's kingdom. So I make sure that the sacraments of anointing and reconciliation are received by the residents in a timely manner. I bring them communion and give pastoral visits. In everyday encounters, I pray with the residents or just be there with them. Walk with them on their journey of faith as they fade and go to see the Lord.
Amen. That is beautiful. All right. We're sailing through, sister. We're nearly there.
Oh, hi.
You're doing amazing. Okay, so
I'm nervous.
Yeah, so sister, tell me a little bit about your call to consecrated religious life.
When I was, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I wanted to be a religious when I was 8 and I happened to read a little book about Saint Martin de Porres. I loved what I had read about him, though I didn't, quite understand everything. But I understood everything about his good deeds, what he did. He was well known for taking care of the poor and the sick, and his kind heart, has drawn me, and his way of life inspired me. I wanted to be like him, and he is my patron saint. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to consecrate myself in religious, and here I am. So.
That's beautiful. All right, last one.
Okay.
Okay, so, all right, so here we go. Sister, tell me a little bit about
Okay.
your favorite parts of consecrated life.
My favorite part is like when we get together, like for prayers. Like for example, in the morning we get together for adoration, for mass morning before we disperse, and in the evening we when we get together at the dinner table or for recreational time. So these togetherness kind of briefly sum up our communion or kiona with the Lord and others. So communion means to me that sharing in things. Like we share our values, perspectives, convictions, ministries, and not only that, but sharing in both suffering and consolation. We come together before the Blessed Sacrament early in the morning before we disperse, and we gather again in the evening for dinner and recreation. So the love of God binds and kind of links us together. I believe that God Himself, in the person of Jesus Christ, establishes the covenant with us at different times, in different settings, or for different purposes. And to me, it's so beautiful and it's so profound.
Amen. Beautiful job.
It was great.
Amazing.
I told you we weren't scary.
Yeah. No.
So you can cut in whatever.
Yes,
right?
we will
Okay.
make it. We will make it. That's fantastic.
They haven't come out.
No, they certainly should.
They came out too. I remember when I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
And then one of the girl in my class was selected to be playing one of the scene.
Oh,
you
my
know,
goodness.
yeah, that was exciting. I was like, this should have piqued me.
This was my moment. I love that.
But now I'm a sister. They should come back and
Right,
look
now
for me,
you're
right?
fully prepared.
Yeah.
That's right. You can do whatever you are.
Okay. All right, so same thing. Just let us know first your name and how long you have been in consecrated life.
Whenever I'm ready.
Yes.
Okay. My name is Sister Mary John the Baptist, La Nguyen. And the joke I always tell them is, I'm John the Baptist, but sorry, I'm Catholic. So I've been in religious for 30 years. I just celebrate my Silver Jubilee in 2021. And thank God I'm still here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so
Congratulations.
yes, thank you.
Wonderful. So maybe, you heard what Sister Mary Joseph told us a little bit about the order. Is there anything else about the Daughters of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary that you want to add? Do you want to talk a little bit about how you found them in Biloxi?
Yes, I was known as the boat people. My family came here in 1980 in a small fishing boat, but then, we happened to be rescued by a German ship when we were in the sea. And then, unfortunately, my grandfather, they were in Biloxi, so we contact them, and so they sponsor us over. And that's how we ended up in Biloxi. And then the Sister of the Holy Rosary was there, helping us with CCD program and learning how to read and write in Vietnamese. And thank God, because of that, I still can read Vietnamese and speak Vietnamese in my language. And that's how I heard about them, knew about them, and contact with them a lot, every day in my life. And I remember when I was in 5th grade, that's when I heard, I guess, the voice of God, that's what they called. And I was telling my friends, I was like, hey, I think I know what to do when I grow up. And they're like, what are you gonna do? I said, I think I'm gonna be a nun. They're like, really, is that a joke? You a nun? So until this day, you know, they're still surprised and shocked that I made it, you know. So here I am. Yes.
It's beautiful. I love that. And how do you particularly serve the Lord in this order?
I am a teacher, and I love working with the preschool children. So right now I am working at St. Edward the Confessor in Metairie with the pre-K 3, and I can imagine them right now asking, "Where's Sister John? Where's Sister John?" But I love my ministry. I love my work. So they're my joy.
Beautiful. And then, what has been your greatest joy or your favorite part about being a consecrated woman?
To me, the greatest joy is our prayer together. I'm not a morning person, and waking up in the morning and have to be in the chapel by 5 o'clock in the morning, it's a struggle for me every day, but that's my joy. So when I go in there and I see my sisters in there praying, I was like, this is my my energizer for the day. You know how people always drink get their energized from these little drinks, you know, it doesn't last long. But for me, in the prayer in the morning, that would be my my energizing shot for the day, you know. So being in prayer in the morning, that will give me the strength to move on during the day and survive, you know, what I have to do.
Beautiful. Well, anything else, sister, that you want to add?
No, that's about it.
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll send this audition tape to Whoopi Goldberg.
That's right.
Tell her